We have seen centuries old watch brands use modern technologies and materials before, a juxtaposing contrast between the old and the new. But we have never seen it to this extreme before. This is the Magic 8 by Charles Girardier. If you're new to the channel, please take a moment to subscribe as it really helps out with the algorithm. Thank you. More than 200 years ago, when a pocket watch was not simply a time telling tool, and I don't mean that as an insult, but a delicate style and status symbol of the one fashioning it, one watchmaker in Switzerland was not interested in creating the same thing as everybody else in the industry. He not only wanted to construct a masterfully crafted pocket watch, but a pocket sized piece of art. And not just any art, but a type of art never seen in a timepiece before. He wanted his art to be animated. Now, Charles Girardier may not have invented this style, but even for that time, such a combination was quite unique. In today's context, you can imagine the creative and rebellious thinking of the likes of Richard Mille and MBNF, and you may not agree with their designs, but you have to admit that they are doing something different, something bold in an industry that is known to rarely take risks. This is what Charles Girardier did over 200 years ago. So when Patrick Ulm discovered these pocket watches in a museum, beautifully displayed yet forgotten, he decided to take over the brand and revive the legacy of the master watchmaker. Today, after only 4 years since the brand's revival, the design approach lives up to the creative DNA of Charles Girardier's pocket watch. Manufacturing less than 150 watches per year, this is a truly special brand. The polished case isn't white gold or platinum, the most obvious choices for a luxury timepiece, especially one with roots linked to a long lost heritage. But instead, you get an unexpectedly modern material. You get a case made of polished grade 5 titanium. Not only is this an unconventional choice of material for a non-sports watch, but gives nod to the innovative nature of the founding father. Titanium is not only much lighter than gold and around 40% lighter than stainless steel, but much stronger and durable as well. Now, you might be thinking, well, that's all good, but the 41mm case size just doesn't do it for me. Well, good news. In the case of the Magic 8, you don't have to worry about that. This is because the short, wrist-hugging curved lugs ensure that the watch wears much smaller than what you would expect. The larger case size also allows the watch to showcase the intricate details on the dial and at the same time gives nod to the proportions of the old pocket watch. With only 30 meters of water resistance, you don't get a screw-down crown nor crown guards, and this being more of a dressier watch, nor should you. But what you do get is a highly ornate, onion-shaped crown emblazoned with the brand's logo. As for the finishing, it doesn't stop at the case. Under the ever so slightly domed sapphire crystal, we first notice the double-faceted Dauphine hands. Mirror-finished, highly reflective and elevated, towering over the matte green dial. Even the darker, three-dimensional printed indices do not distract from the hands and the brushed finish date, but instead complements them. But the emerald green dial is not just a backdrop for the hands. It is a dial that is made by an old and rather painstakingly complicated technique, where several layers of enamel are applied on a silver plate, with each layer baked to perfection at 800 degrees Celsius or 1500 degrees Fahrenheit, before placing that layer on top of another and repeating the process up to 8 times. And as you can imagine, there are several things that can go wrong with each step. A slight change in color, a small bump, or even a hairline crack, and the entire process needs to be restarted from scratch. There is no margin of error, no room for imperfection. There are no machines in a factory doing this, no robotic arms involved, but a small number of hand picked artisans who do everything by hand, ensuring a level of perfection only humanly possible. Such human involvement in the dial making process ensures that each watch is unique, with each dial carrying a distinctive fingerprint. But it doesn't stop here. Instead of a sweeping second hand that you would find on a regular mechanical watch, you instead get two individual sculptures intertwined in what's described as a theatrical motion, a continuous rotation constructing and deconstructing the number 8 located at 8 o'clock, symbolizing the concept of perpetual movement and eternity. This continuous rotation, completing 720 cycles a day, has been made possible through the caliber CG8080. This modern movement comes with the latest generation of black galvanic treatment on its 5 individual bridges, all finished with circular graining with polished and chamfered edges, with a total of 35 jewels and over 278 components. Unlike the central rotors that we see in most self-winding mechanical watches, this watch features a much more modern approach. A movement with a peripheral mass rotor, a relatively recent technology that was first introduced in 2009 and is used by a handful of high-end watch brands such as Karl F. Bucher, Breguet, Vacheron Constantin, and Audemars Piguet. Add to the rotor a guilloche engraved pattern and a movement that beats at a high beat frequency of 28,800 vibrations per hour, resulting in a smooth rotation of the number 8 on the dial. This movement showcases the very essence of modern luxury. In place of a metal bracelet, you are instead presented with a high quality, vintage style hand sewn cloth strap with a quick release, a Geneva steel deployment clasp, and micro adjustments with up to 4 settings that ensure a perfect fit. But if this strap doesn't do it for you, you can always opt for a dressier alligator strap. This is a watch that checks all the boxes of a high-end timepiece from an independent watch brand. The use of high-tech modern materials combined with centuries-old handmade watchmaking techniques by a small, select team of master watchmakers, check. A watch that not only revives a 200-year-old watch brand, but acts as a living embodiment of the watchmaker's creative approach by translating artistic animations into the modern era, double check. And no, there is no 3 years waiting list. There's no snobbery or gatekeeping mentality here. Instead, a common love for watchmaking and heritage by creating excellent timepieces that are made with the utmost quality and precision in mind. With all that you are getting, even the $40,000 price tag seems more than reasonable. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and I will see you all in the next one.